Hey everyone, good afternoon. Yes, we are keeping with the Facebook Lives, and it's necessary. So bear with me as I share with some of the other groups and pray that you all will join. This is a full. This is our third live. This is our third training. It is about event planning with no money, no vendors, no nothing. And it's been a full day. We've done quite a bit today. So I'm hoping I'm hoping to get a lot of you in the feel of what these trainings are and should be, as well as understanding, what you need and knowing with doing the lives that it can be done. So, and I know I'm not looking at I apologize. Okay. I think that's enough. See, I can't share the event because I'm using Be Live TV. I can't share the live from the page. I can only share what while in this process here while looking at you. I can only share it from my phone. So that's what I'm doing and praying that we all can stay together here. So we'll get started. Hey, lady. Hey, Terry. Terry. Hey, glad that you're with me today. Thank you for joining. This is, as I said earlier, this is live number 3, and we will be doing live number 4 probably in an hour because I need to let this charge. And I want to use Be Live, and I can only use Be Live currently from my laptop. So we're talking about planning events. Those of you, please share the video, share the live. Those of you that have book launches, business launches, or you even have direct sales businesses, which is another training that we'll talk about later on today, or if need be tomorrow. We know that you should have events, online events, in-person events or whatnot. And I don't mean or whatnot, but you should have events where you're, putting yourself in the face of others. So I have 2 trainings today, one in event planning, no vendors, no money, but also one on online event planning where, yeah, that will be one of the options. If you don't have any money for in-person event, you have all of the things necessary for a uh, online event with minimal monies. You can do a budget all you want to, but I always ask people, how in the world can you budget zero? At the end of at the end of these 2 trainings, what you'll learn is that I am an event planner at heart, but I am also a professional organizer. And in being a professional organizer, I know what it's like to have nothing and make it into something. So I want you to understand that this is not, for the faint of heart. This is for those of us that we do this. We've done this. We do this on a day-to-day basis. So with that, let me just kind of adjust my screen a little bit. With that, I'm going to get started because I don't want to keep you here long. I have a lot of information for today. Event planning, no money, no vendors, nothing. You have no income. You have nothing coming in for these events. You've been planning this event and nothing is there. What happens? What do you do? Well, here's that statement I hate to say. And we're going to go through a few pointers here. So take notes, or you can wait for it to be uploaded on YouTube. Cost analysis. Now, the cost analysis is basically your ideal of, or not your ideal, but the monies that you'll need to get this event going. Right now, you only have. I'm not sure of your question, but maybe make that a little clear for me. Um, right now, you have um, no money, but you have an idea. And with the idea, you know you want this to be a grand event. Let me use my ladies in waiting, or actually, let me use my membership drive for Bad Queens of the Round Table. I want it to be a grand event, but I know that with the monies, the fee for being a member, people can't. Some people can't afford that. Okay, and because it's different than the general networking group or the network or even a networking event, I have to look at how my event is going to be planned out and how is it going to be different, set apart from the traditional handing out business cards, or we're having this membership drive and it's more than just tea and crumpets. At my membership drive, what I wanted to do is have, of course, the brand colors, which are the gold and the white, and have a brunch slash lunch, something that has some light foods, maybe some finger foods, not really a full lunch, but something that will benefit and show the women what we do as bad queens. As a queen, you sit at an elegantly dressed table. So it won't be a buffet, it will be a plated event. Now, when you're talking about brunch, can you have a plated brunch? Yes, you can if it's planned correctly. But you have to look at that. And all those things come down to numbers. The place, how much it is to have a plated versus a buffet, that goes into the cost analysis. Then do you have a registration fee for the membership drive? Well, it's a membership drive. You want people to invest into their membership. Do you really want to charge $40 or $50 for this brunch? So then you have to decide, it's plated, it's elegantly decorated, it has your brand colors, you may even have a speaker, or which helps kind of drive home the membership drive. And then you say, wait a second. What more do I need in order to broaden this out? And this is me. What more do I need? Do I have giveaways? Do I have swag bags? Do I have door prizes? What do I do? Now I have to decide, okay, do I need sponsors? Do I have sponsors? Okay. And that all goes into the cost analysis. It's going to cost $2,000 or $3,000 for this event to come to pass. Well, what do I need to do? Am I selling tickets? Let's make the brunch $10, okay? Because somebody's going to decide not to join, but they want to come to the brunch to see what it's about. Then you have a $10 brunch, and with the $10 brunch, what is included in the benefits of the $10 brunch? Then, and that's all in the cost analysis, and that helps you to develop a budget. For me, that may sound a little backwards for some, but it works because you understand the monies right off the bat. So you're making phone calls. You're making phone calls to the hotels. You're making phone calls to potential sponsors. You're making phone calls to people that maybe can't be a part. But then in all of these phone calls that you're making, and in this cost analysis, and you're looking at, this is going to cost $1,000. How can I offset the cost? Then you decide that maybe I need vendors. In my cost analysis, I have how much it's going to cost, and then the offset of the cost. I have another column, because if I charge $10 and if I have vendors, how can I reduce this cost? So that this, under the cost analysis, it's venue, advertising, website, domain name, any and all of those things go under the cost, how much it's going to cost, and then what can I put in the next column in order to offset that cost. So in your cost analysis, you have all of that. This is what I do. Why? So I have everything all on one page. I'm creating in here this budget on this spreadsheet. What will the venue cost? The incidentals, the food options, the marketing for promoting the event. You want to do it more than 6 months in advance. Optimally a year in advance. Maybe you don't have that optimism. You already don't have the money. So if you can't do it a year in advance, let's say it's 6 to 12 months. That may be a little more feasible as far as time frame. That way, when you look at your cost analysis, it won't kill you. I'm just going to be honest. It won't kill you. So then let's say now on my list here, I have a cost analysis as an example as of $5,000, which includes an extra $1,000 for any extras, emergencies, maybe even a payment to myself. Okay. No other extras, no paid speakers. They can sell. You don't pay the speakers. That's another topic, not another topic, but another point, which I want to make reference to here. Excuse me. When your cost analysis or your budget says that it's $5,000 and you don't have any extras, and you don't have any paid speakers, ask yourself, if you have a speaker, let me use my event as an example. If you have a speaker, are you paying them? No, you're not paying them, but you're giving them the option to sell their items at your event, which will offset their, maybe you pay for their travel and maybe you pay for their hotel. If they're right in your city, they can eat for free, okay? But they don't get paid a fee for speaking. They can increase their clientele. They can get money on return on their investment of time by selling the items that they have. They could have books, they could have services, they could have whatever it is that they sell. They can do that. They can be a vendor at the event or sell their items from their arsenal from the stage. Um, Present your own events and maximize your audience and maximize who you are. When you're presenting your own events, it's just like having a live. This is a platform that you're presenting who you are. You're presenting your brand. You are saying to people that I am who I say I am, and because I am who I say I am, I can tell you more about me than somebody else, than a radio commercial, than a word of mouth. But even if you're using people by word of mouth, like for instance, today I asked the questions about brand ambassadors. Who are they for your events or whatnot? And when they explained to me who the brand ambassadors were, I understood that these are people that see your vision. So if you are talking to your brand ambassadors and you're saying to them, this is my vision, they should be able to run with the vision. Your vision should be clear, that they should be able to run with it and promote what you're doing and promote where you're going and why this particular in-person event is so vital to the growth of not only your business, but for the people that attend the event. Using my membership drive as an example, I'm going to talk to all of my ladies in waiting, and I'm going to talk to all of my bad friends of the round table, and I'm going to say to them, do you know, your experience from being part of the group. You know your experience from being part of Bad Friends of the Roundtable. I need you as a brand ambassador to share that with others. And they have to feel and see the vision. If they don't, then one, you have to take a step back and say, well, where did I fail? And then two, have to say, whom else can I bring in to help to ride this home? You need more than just you and one other person. It's hard to increase your business bottom line when it's just you and maybe your kids work with you, or one of your kids work with you, or it's just you, period. So you need you and your another person. You need a team. And with that team sees your vision, they see the results of what you're doing and why. So you're presenting your own events, you're sharing your own insights. Invite friends to help you build. We're talking about building the team. Invite people to your events that need what you have. For Bad Queens of the Roundtable, I know that there are blessed, anointed, and destined women who know that they walk in faith. Not only step out in faith, but they also walk in faith for their businesses. And in their businesses, the gifts that they have in their hands, their businesses can be maximized if they are looking or working with somebody who has gone through the same things that they have. Yes, I go through some ups and downs, and to some people it's more downs than there are ups, but I look at my arsenal of products, of digital courses, of self-help, and of the things that I offer, even as an organizer. And I know that I have all of these things in my hand. Am I trying to present all of those things to you? No, because in this training, I'm letting you know that as Coach Dana, you can do this. Okay. But I'm also saying to you that I know how to help you organize this, even if it's just on paper, because I am a professional organizer. Being a professional organizer tells you that either I can or I can't. I can put it on paper or I can't. But that is how that's where we go from using two what do you call them? Two birds in one stone. Okay. So you invite people to your events that need what you have. When I have, thank you so much, Sherry, for realizing a good topic. Thank you so much. I pray that you will share this with others. If you can't get vendors or sponsors, cancel. Let me say this to you. My topic was event planning. No money, vendors, whatever, right? You don't have any of those things. And this topic actually goes into a larger course on event planning and obtaining vendors. And I definitely can do a training on that, a paid training. I'm looking at actually $49.97 for a paid training on planning an event and doing it effectively. Let me just take 2 steps back and tell you why. When I first started in business, I started with CKQ Gifts and I was putting together gift baskets. But in the middle of putting together gift baskets and bath and body products and whatnot, I was planning events. I was planning home parties for my own business. I was planning fashion shows. I was planning networking events. I was doing things for businesses around the Milwaukee area that put me from being just a creative person on gift baskets to being also an event planner for Essence of a Woman events. And with being an event planner, I know what it's like when you don't have anything. And the only way to build on zero is to say, I need vendors, and I need sponsors. So yes, I can do a $49.97 program one day intensive webinar on how to get the vendors and get the sponsors. But let me say this to you right now. If you can't get vendors and you can't get sponsors, cancel your event. Why? Because your in-person event should not always come out of your pocket. Your in-person event should not be an investment that you put in to something where, like the speaker, you can't pay the speaker, right? So if you can't pay the speaker, but they can sell their products, they're making more money than you're making. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I'm saying make this a choice. Don't be the person that has an event, you invest all of your money. One person signs up for your membership or whatever you're selling, and nothing ever happens again. Put yourself in a place of making some kind of money. You have to put yourself in a place of understanding that if you have vendors and you have sponsors, somewhere down the line you can have this event, and somewhere down the line you can take this event and build on the next event or invest in the things that you need to create more product. Let me use another thing as an example. I make planners. I had to cancel an order and eat the money, the setup, the design fee of binders and planners that I had sitting, hey Cheryl, sitting in a warehouse. I had to cancel. Why? One, I had to travel. God said, get on this road. I need you on this road. Two, I couldn't put in place I needed orders in order to ship. I needed orders in order to send out. I couldn't do that. I couldn't even bless my Bad Queens of the Round Table as need be because we didn't have enough members in order to produce more than enough planners and binders. So I had to eat the design fee. I got a little bit of my money back. I had to eat the design fee. I had to read the reshelving fee. And then, so basically, I had pennies coming back to me. Nonetheless, those pennies were enough for me to say I had the experience. But because I had the experience, I can now say, this is what I'll do, this is what I won't do. And when it's coming down to events like this, don't over plan. Don't say I'm going to have all my books available if only 5 people register. Don't say I'm going to have all of these planners and stuff available if you only have 2 sponsors. Don't say I'm going to do all of these grandiose things if your cost analysis tells you that you don't have enough coming in order to give the benefits to the people going out. So if you can't get vendors or sponsors, cancel. If you know you don't have, if you know you don't have it, don't try to make it work. That goes back to the vendors and sponsors. We can send out all kinds of letters. Let me tell you right now, you can send out 100 letters to 100 potential sponsors, and maybe only get 5 responses back. If 5 responses was what you wanted after sending out 100 letters, know that your next event you're going to have to send out 200 letters in order look at the vendors that are coming. I look at them if they offer like paparazzi, if I can use them as an example. They have $5 product. They can make their $75 back within a few hours, within that time frame, or they can increase, or they can build their table. Same thing with Avon. Same thing with send out cards. I try to only my maximum vendor fee is $75. I will do online vendor fee for online events. Links everywhere that I have a platform. I'm tweeting you. I'm doing all of these different things. So if I charge you $10 to $25 to promote you for my online events, and I'm talking about you being a vendor, an online vendor through my online events, I have basically helped you do what you do in a Facebook ad. And you're getting the return that's either better return, same return, or we want better. We don't want lower. Okay. Use all of your free resources to build your events. Now you have vendors, you have sponsors, you have whatever you need. You want to use all of your free resources to build your events. What are your free resources? Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Google Plus, LinkedIn, Twitter, anything that you use right now, any of the apps that are on your phone that you use right now, I want you to use those for promoting your events. In the next live, which I'm going to charge my tablet, and let's get a little more juice so I can do the next live. In the next live for online events, I'll talk to you more about how you can use your Snapchat, Instagram, and whatnot for sharing those events, as well as if you don't know anything about Canva, building the graphics for Canva to help promote your events. Let me tell you, if you've gotten anything from this event planning training, I want you to realize that organization is the key. If you're not organized and doing the cost analysis, you will never get to the point of promoting your events via any kind of free anything. You're still trying to get through the cost analysis. Another thing about the cost analysis that goes along the lines with Coach Dana, is this. I can get what I call this cost analysis I refer to as bad projections, whether it's bad projections for an event, bad projections for your business, bad projections for your home. I call it bad projections. And what I do is I take all of the information you give me, I put it on an Excel spreadsheet, and I put it all together, and I show you exactly where your ups and downs are and what you need. And with that, that's how you create your own budget. I don't do event planning any longer. I'm an event planner at heart, but I don't do event planning any longer as an event planner. I plan my own events, obviously, but I don't do it for other people because thought processes change. The things that you want change. The ideals that you have in and around your life change. All the things that you want to offer people change. The vendors you want to have, all those things change. And when you go to the event planner and say, well, now I want this, this, and this, it takes all of our being not to choke you, our clients, even though you've paid us. Because one thing I stand on is the customer is not always right. You don't get to pay me and use me as a slave. I'm sorry. If that is not what event planning comes down to. Watch an episode of what do they call it? It's an episode of Project Runway. Watch an episode of Project Runway and listen to them when the designers are designing something for a client. The judges always tell them, some of you need to be in that product. So some of me needs to have sanity to run the event and to run it effectively. So I thank you guys for being here. Please go over to www.badfbi. Let me add that in here again for you. Go over to badfbi.info and click on Professional Organizer. You will see some of the services that I offer, some of the things that I have put together, and as well as I do have, yes, I do. I do have a book that I'm selling on PayHip called You Must Start Somewhere, which will help you to get organized as well. And that book is only $4.97. Yes, $4.97. I will do, if you need it, which will include online event planning as well as event planning. I will do a full, thank you so much, Sherry. I will do a full class, if that makes sense, for $49.97, which has both the in-person and the online event. If anyone is interested in that, I I'm getting ready to travel, and a lot of things have to happen this week. So if anyone is interested in that, please email me and say me, and I will get that scheduled for Wednesday and Wednesday. I'll get it scheduled for Wednesday after our online Bible study. So I am Dana Williamson with Bad LLC, the original Bad Queen of the Round Table. I thank you all so much for joining and for sharing with your followers. And for those that watch your page, I hope that I have helped you with event planning on today. Look forward to you in the next 30 minutes for our next training, which is online events. God bless.